This is not a sermon. This is not a performance. This is not a message for the mind, it is a call to your soul. I, Jesus, am not speaking to your qualifications. I am not addressing your outer self, your title, your shame, your pride, or your position. I am speaking to that place within you that still aches for me. The place that has tried to be strong for too long. The part of you that smiles in public but cries in secret. The part that knows there is more, even when life tries to convince you to settle. I speak now from soul to soul, my spirit to yours. You've been trying to make sense of everything. Trying to find peace in logic. Trying to find rest in achievement. But you were never meant to figure it all out, you were meant to feel my nearness. And here I am. Not behind clouds. Not beyond galaxies. I'm closer than your breath. Closer than your heartbeat. I dwell not just around you, I dwell within you. And you felt me, haven't you? In the quiet moments. In the tears that came for no reason. In the times your body was exhausted but your soul whispered, Jesus, I still want you. That wasn't weakness. That was worship. You've heard many sermons. But this is not one. This is me. I've been waiting to speak to you directly. No distance. No filter. No delay. You don't need a stage or a song to find me. I'm already here. And I'm not asking you to perform. I'm asking you to pause. I'm not requiring perfection. I'm simply inviting presence. Because I miss the real you. The soft you. The childlike you. The version of you that didn't overthink your worth, you just believed I was near. Let me in there again. Not to fix you. But to hold you. The truth is, your soul already knows me. Long before religion. Long before rules. Long before pain taught you to doubt. Your soul recognized my voice when you were still a child. That tug in your chest when you saw light shining through trees. That moment you looked at the sky and knew you were created. That time you heard my name and your spirit moved before your body could. I have always been speaking. Not with volume, but with intimacy. And today, I speak again. Because you are finally still enough to hear me. I'm not angry with you. I'm not disappointed. You have no idea how proud I am of you. Yes, proud. You've carried things in silence that would have crushed others. You've loved when it cost you. You've stayed soft when life tried to harden you. You've looked for me even when you couldn't feel me. That is faith. Not loud. Not flashy. But real. And I'm drawn to it. Your quiet persistence is more beautiful to me than the loudest worship. So let me ask you now, from soul to soul. Will you let me love you right here? Not when you're better. Not when you're clearer. But now. Let me sit with you in your confusion. Let me hold you in your sadness. Let me fill the empty spaces you try to numb. I don't want to be scheduled into your life, I want to be woven into your breath. You don't have to climb to reach me. You don't have to shout. Just whisper, Jesus, and I will flood the room. I don't enter with noise. I enter with peace. With fire that doesn't burn. With light that doesn't blind. I enter with a voice that doesn't demand, it draws. That's what this is. I'm drawing you again. You didn't find this message by accident. Your spirit called out, and I answered. This is not motivation. This is not inspiration. This is communication. I'm speaking. And not just to make you feel good. I'm speaking because your soul is hungry. Not for religion, for reconnection. For oneness. For stillness. For me. And I say again, this is not a sermon. This is your Jesus speaking to you. Not through a crowd. But to the deepest part of you. And now that you've heard me, don't ignore the pull. Don't brush off the peace. Don't silence the tears. This is what home sounds like. I hear you. I've always heard you. Even when your mouth was closed, your heart was loud to me. Even when you said, I'm fine, I saw the waves crashing inside you. You never had to speak aloud for me to understand you. I've been sitting beside every question you've been too tired to ask. And now, I want to answer, not like a teacher giving you a test key, but like a father who knows the ache behind your wondering. This isn't correction. This is communion. This is the moment where your deepest unspoken words meet my deepest eternal love. You've asked me, why do I feel this emptiness? And I say, because you were made for more than survival. You were made for communion. You were made to walk with me, not just believe in me, but to feel me near. That ache you feel is not weakness. It is the echo of Eden inside you. Your soul remembers what uninterrupted closeness feels like. That's why nothing in this world satisfies for long. It's not because you're broken. It's because you're eternally designed for me. You've whispered, am I really seen? And I reply. Child, I've never looked away. I saw you the day you didn't want to get out of bed. I saw you when you smiled at others but were falling apart inside. I saw the quiet way you keep showing up, for people, for work, for life, even when you have nothing left to give. And heaven has not ignored you. I've written those days down, not to test you, but to honor you. One day, I'll show you how every step you took in silence shook the ground in glory. Your quiet faith has echoed louder in heaven than sermons spoken in stadiums. You've asked me, why did that person leave? Why did that chapter end without closure? And I say, because I was protecting you from staying too long in a place where your growth would have withered. I saw what you couldn't. The conversations behind closed doors. The intentions that didn't match the words. The quiet betrayals you still don't understand. And I say to you now, it wasn't your fault. Let the guilt go. I had to pull you away before you forgot how to dream. Before you forgot how to breathe. And I'm not finished. What I have ahead of you will explain why the last door had to close so suddenly. You've said in the dark, Lord, do I even matter? And my heart breaks every time you say it. Because if you only knew how loudly I love you. If you only knew how many times the angels paused because you chose kindness over bitterness. If you only knew how I speak your name with joy, not regret, not disappointment, not frustration. Joy. You matter not because of what you do, but because of who you are to me. You are not just part of the story. You are the story I never stop writing. You've asked, Jesus, what's wrong with me? Why do I feel so lost? And I reply, nothing is wrong with you. You're simply being awakened. You are not breaking down, you are breaking open. You are shedding the layers the world put on you. The expectations, the lies, the shame, the silence, all of it is falling away because I am calling you back to yourself. Not the version the world liked, but the version I made. The soft-hearted warrior. The wild worshipper. The weeping intercessor. The soul that still believes even when it trembles. That's the real you. And I've never been closer. This is not me fixing you. This is me finding you again. And I never lost you, but I knew the day would come when you'd finally hear me clearly. This moment is holy. Not because of where you are sitting. Not because of what you've achieved. But because you've let me into a space that no one else can reach. So ask me again. Ask with tears. Ask with confusion. Ask with trembling. And I will keep answering. Not with scripts. But with presence. Not with perfect clarity. But with perfect love. You've forgiven them. The ones who hurt you. The ones who walked away without explanation. The ones who spoke words you still hear in your sleep. You gave them grace. You prayed for them. You let them go. You even smiled through the ache. You said, I release them. And heaven saw it. I saw it. But now, my love. It's time to forgive someone else. You. Yes, you. Because even now, when no one is watching, you still replay the moments you wish you could change. You still carry the weight of decisions made in darkness. You still hold yourself hostage for things I already paid for. And I say to you, with all the love in my eternal heart, let yourself go. Set yourself free. Come out of that invisible prison. You've been kind to everyone else. But to yourself? You've been silent. Hard. Distant. Unforgiving. You've whispered words to yourself that you'd never say to another soul. Why did I do that? I ruined it. I should have known better. I'll never be fully right again. And I, the one who knows you best. I stand here today, not with shame in my hands, but with healing. Because I was there in that moment. Yes, that moment. The one you don't talk about. The one you try to erase. I saw the full picture. Not just your weakness. Your pain. Not just your failure, your fear. I never turned away from you. I held you in the middle of that very mistake. And today, I say what no one else has had the courage to say to you. You are still mine. You are still worthy. You are still redeemable. You are still holy ground. You thought forgiveness was something you had to earn. You thought healing came only after years of punishment. But I never asked you to punish yourself. I already took the punishment. And I didn't do it so you would carry guilt forever. I did it so you could live. Child, you don't have to keep paying for what I already erased. Let me speak directly to that version of you who feels unworthy. I saw you, lying awake, hating the person in the mirror. I saw you, crying in the car, apologizing to me over and over. I saw you, kneeling down, asking me why you're still here. And through it all, I never withdrew. I never looked away. I never held your sin tighter than I held you. I don't measure you by your moments. I measure you by my mercy. And my mercy isn't just enough, it's eternal. So I'm asking you now. From soul to soul. Will you receive my forgiveness? Not in theory. Not in religion. But right here. Like water over your wounds. Like oil on your scars. Like breath into your lungs. Will you speak gently to yourself again? Will you stop calling yourself broken, too late, not enough? Because I never called you that. I've only ever called you beloved. Redeemed. Restored. Mine. So come now. Place your hand over your own heart. Whisper it aloud, even if it trembles. I forgive me. And then whisper the second half. Because Jesus already did. Let this moment be holy. Let this be where the cycle of self-blame ends. Let this be where joy begins to breathe again. Because when you forgive yourself, you are agreeing with heaven. And all of heaven is saying right now. You are free. You are clean. You are home. There is something inside you that never died. Even when you felt like giving up. Even when you didn't want to pray anymore. Even when the pain pushed so deep you forgot how to speak. There was still something inside you that burned. Quietly. Gently. Like a whisper in a locked room. That wasn't just hope. That was me inside you. That was the part of your soul I placed my hand on when you were still forming in your mother's womb. That is your light. And now, I've come to tell you, that light is ready to shine. You are no longer just a receiver. You are becoming a carrier. You are no longer just the one being comforted. Now, you will carry my comfort into the lives of others. Not through perfection. Not through preaching. But through presence. You'll walk into rooms and peace will follow. You'll speak simple words, and hearts will break open. Not because you are trying, but because you've been through something real. And real always recognizes real. Your scars will become keys. Your story will become a lantern. And the same voice you're hearing now, my voice inside you, will begin to echo into others. They won't always know what it is. They'll say, there's something about you. They'll cry around you for no reason. They'll feel safe near you without knowing why. And you'll smile, because you'll know. It's not charisma. It's not charm. It's the residue of surrender. It's the oil of intimacy with me. You've always thought your story wasn't good enough to be used. But I say to you now. It's your story that qualifies you. The nights you survived. The prayers you whispered and thought I didn't hear. The faith you held when nothing made sense. Those are not weaknesses. Those are weapons in the spirit. You'll carry healing in your silence. You'll speak life without needing a microphone. Because people don't need someone impressive. They need someone who has met me in the fire. And you have. And you came out not smelling like smoke. But carrying my fragrance. So stop disqualifying yourself. Stop thinking you need a platform or a title. You are the platform. You are the message. You are the living proof that I dwell with the brokenhearted and raise them back up with resurrection in their bones. From today, I'm increasing the volume of my presence through your life. Not through loudness, but through weight. Where you go, I go. Where you speak, I speak. When you pray, I move. Because you've let me into your inner life. Now I will move through your outer world. You won't always feel it. It won't always come with chills. But the fruit will show. Hearts will open. Chains will fall. And it won't be because of strategy. It will be because you said yes to intimacy. Child, you've become a voice for the silent. You've become a light for those still sitting in the shadows you once knew so well. You've become a healing place for those who don't know how to ask for help. And this is only the beginning. Now that we've walked through pain together. Now that you've sat with me in silence. Now that your heart has opened and your voice has trembled in my presence. I want to give you something that no one can take away. Not a gift for your hands. Not a task for your schedule. But a covenant for your soul. Not made with ink. Not sealed with pressure. But written in love, between you and me. I'm not just your savior. I'm not just your answer. I'm not just your hope. I am the one who longs to walk with you daily. To speak not just in church buildings. But in kitchen corners. In long car rides. In late night silence when your mind spins and you can't find peace. I want all of that. Not just your praise, your presence. Not just your worship, your whispers. Not just your fire, even your fatigue. So here is my vow to you. You will never walk alone again. Not even in the places where you feel unseen. Not in rooms where your name is never called. Not in seasons where nothing seems to move. Because I won't just send my spirit ahead. I will stay behind with you. I will walk beside you like a friend who's in no rush. I will sit with you like a father who knows what you need before you speak. I will hold you like a healer who doesn't ask questions first. I will stay like a savior who never regrets choosing you. From today forward, let this be our sacred agreement. When you speak, I will listen. When you cry, I will collect every tear. When you laugh, I will echo it through eternity. When you fall, I will lift you without judgment. When you doubt, I will surround you with truth. When you forget me, I will still remember you. And when you call my name, even in a whisper, even in a breath, I will answer, not from far away, but from inside you. Because this is not religion. This is relationship. And now, I say it clearly, I choose you daily. Not just when you're holy. Not just when you're strong. But every version of you. You will never be too broken for me. Never too silent. Never too lost. Because I made you. And I don't forget what I create. You are not a project. You are my companion. And one day, when your time on earth is done, and you breathe your last breath there, you will open your eyes here. And you won't be meeting me for the first time. You will just be continuing the conversation we started long ago. Because this, what we have now, this is eternity beginning already. Now that you have heard me, now that your soul has rested in my voice, now that your heart has finally said, I receive this, I want you to stand. Not just physically. I want your spirit to stand. Because this was never just for your comfort. It was for your calling. You have sat in my presence. You have wept in my presence. You have healed in my presence. And now, you will walk with my presence. I anoint you. Not with oil made by men, but with the oil of encounter. The kind of oil that drips through silence. That runs down through scars. That flows even when you don't feel worthy. This oil is not earned, it is poured by me. I place it on your head now. Invisible to the world, but heavy in the spirit. You will feel it in moments of quiet. You will feel it when people look at you and say, there's something different. They won't be wrong. What they'll feel is my fragrance. Because now, you carry me. This is your release moment. You are not just someone who heard my voice. You are now someone who carries my voice. In rooms filled with confusion, your peace will speak louder than noise. In families wrapped in generational pain, your posture will break chains. In friendships drowning in silence, your simple presence will become shelter. You won't always need to speak. But when you do, heaven will follow your words. Because I have anointed your mouth to carry mercy. I have anointed your eyes to see beyond the surface. I have anointed your hands to carry stillness. And your feet? I now call them beautiful. Because they will walk into dark places carrying light that cannot be stolen. And listen carefully. This isn't a moment that fades. This is a mark. Your life has shifted. You've been set apart. Not above. Not away. But within. Within the flow of my voice. Within the rivers of my presence. Within the arms of my daily nearness. I will not leave you wondering what to do next. I will whisper direction. I will confirm in peace. I will close doors no longer meant for you. And I will breathe open the ones that feel impossible. But remember, I didn't call you to impress the world. I called you to carry my heart. And you are ready. Yes, you are ready. Not because you have no fear, but because you've finally let go of fear's grip. Not because you have every answer, but because you now trust my voice above your doubt. Go now. Live differently. Love freely. Rest deeply. Speak only when I lead. And walk slowly, because I walk with you. I bless your voice, to bring healing. I bless your silence, to carry weight. I bless your journey, to awaken others. And I bless your future, to unfold with my fingerprints all over it. And if ever you forget what happened here, if ever the world grows too loud, come back to this moment. Sit again. Listen again. And I will whisper again. Because I am not a sermon. I am not a soundbite. I am not a line in a book that I am your Jesus. And I will keep speaking, from my soul to yours, forever.